Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of FoolTopia here in Cities Skylines. Guys, last episode we finally added a subway system and built a bridge over to where it connects up to the highway. We've seen a couple of cars and vehicles use it, not many just yet, but that's kind of okay because it means that if there's not going to be much traffic flow over there at the moment, when we eventually start building up on that kind of section, then that's going to handle that demand of traffic quite easily. Now, in today's episode, guys, I want to try and get some more jobs in. Now, we got the little commercial zone, the little leisure area, which I'm going to try and build upon. Hopefully, I can try and get like a football stadium in there. Slowly start to build up some kind of is it patriotism? Is that the right word I want to use for the local team and for the residents in FoolTopia? Also, slowly start to expand the kind of the woodland industry, and really add in some more jobs because that's what the little island, our little nation is kind of begging for at the moment. So guys, if you're enjoying FoolTopia, want to see more of it in the future, then make sure you smash that like button down below. And if you aren't already here too, make sure you subscribe. Now, we've got a couple of issues. We've got sewage is an issue at the moment, which the treatment is half and half. Now, just to kind of satisfy that and kind of get its needs done, I am going to drop in another little basin. Now, eventually we will have to build our very own little sewage plant. But for now, this will do. Perfection. And that should handle all the sewage needs, which it does. So, I want to expand our little woodland industry over there at some point, but I want to add in a football stadium over here too. That should now get rid of those issues. They shouldn't really be complaining. We should be all good, boys. We should be all good. We have no residential demand at the moment. It's all commercial and industrial, so that will kind of help it out. But I feel like I want to build it the football stadium first, and then expand this over here so we can kind of kill two birds with one stone, and hopefully that makes people travel on our public transport a lot more. Now, we are making profit off the subway system, which is great. How many people are actually using it? That's average traffic flow. That's not what I wanted. We're getting 1,949. That's kind of crazy, boys. Now, I did mention last episode that we'll get in a an export area, but I want to buy this whole little section before we do that. So let's sort this out then. So I was checking it out earlier, the football stadium, and it is quite big. I kind of want to get it in that corner, so it means I'm going to have to edit the road slightly. So let's kind of get rid of this road just there. And we're dropping the football stadium just here. Ooh, it's not going to like that, is it, boys? It's not going to like that turn that we're trying to accomplish at all. Right, let's see what we can do there. So let's kind of get rid slightly. And let's kind of bring this up a bit more. So let's get back to the stadium. That's not the stadium. Right, there we go. And then bring this out here. And just create our little turn there. Which makes this whole little section a little bit weirder. But that's okay because we can now redo this. Which would be pretty cool, to be honest. If I bring it... Right, so if I bring this to there. And then that goes straight down. That goes around the side of it. Now, I feel like that's a bit too close. So we'll get rid of it a bit more. If I kind of bring it up to that point where it's straight and bring that out, so that comes in waves and bends in, that actually could be quite nice. So I don't want it touching too much, and it really sets up this whole area. Now what I could do is I could add in some more car park areas, which probably want to move this back a little bit more. I'm going to be so indecisive again here, but that's okay. So if I can get this just right. So if I bring that to there, that is perfect, actually. Right, hold on, guys. Actually, no, won't bend that just there. We'll bring it out a tad bit more. There. There we go. And then this one, and bring it up to there. Okay, that glorious bend. Perfect. So we get some little car parking spots just here, which will be wonderful, beautiful, extravagant, which is the car parking one. The car park is somewhere, but I always forget where it is. I think it's just easy to scroll to it, isn't it? So do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I messed that up. Right, 6, 7, 8. Some nice car parking spots just there. We'll get some on this side as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 is down there. And we do walkways, then like concrete this all off as well. So do I get oh, that's the wrong one. Do I get some more here as well? I can do 1, 2, 3. Right, we'll go with that. And then we'll get some path down as well to make this area really, really walkable. So we'll take off the snapping grid to begin with. And if I create a line that kind of goes, if I can do that, go straight across both sides. That just shows you where we can end the concrete session. Right, you kind of won't see this path so much. You'll just see him walking around and using it, which will be good. And then we just concrete this whole area in. Only up to where the path currently is. So you won't see the path, but you'll see them walking and using it. Now if I just concrete round there and to there, we'll get rid of the trees. Can't get rid of those ones because they're part of the actual building. We might as well just concrete this whole little section just off, as it's like, you know, a fixed little stadium area, which is pretty cool. And I don't know what kind of props we have at hand that would be really handy for this area. If I type in bus, it's going to be bus stop stuff. Now if I type in car, so we could get like, I mean, a little balloon cart would be fun, but I want like larger stuff. Okay, vehicle, bus, truck. I don't think I have many props like this in there, to be honest. Football. Store. I don't have many props that kind of fit around it. I mean, I could drop a couple of these down, which is little benches, which is handy. But I'm thinking like bigger props. Airplanes. Could you imagine dropping like an airplane down? That would be a little bit stupid, wasn't it? I could do like a few little rucks, containers, crates. They don't kind of really fit in, do they? They kind of don't. An elephant? I could always drop an elephant down. Would it be like, ooh, these billboards? It would be like advertising, wouldn't it? It would be like advertising. Are they called? What are they called? Billboards. Right, let's type. Oh, type in billboard. Random. So a couple of random billboards, because that's like really big advertising. Get that in the corner there, which is the opposite advertising side. That nice big pink. That was meant to be pink. You're red. It says pop soda. So a bit of advertising down like that. You kind of get that kind of stuff there, which is really nice. I feel like at some point I need to get some better props, don't I? I feel like I really do. I need some better props thrown down in this. I'm trying to think what will go really well with it. They'll kind of like brighten up the area. I mean, I could do like little fences and stuff like that, kind of handy. But it comes down to what type of fence. I could do like a park fence here. So it kind of zones off the car park in a way. And we do kind of have this is the hard bit now. I've got an idea of what I want to do here. Now if I do that like that, use the move it tool to bend it out. I'm gonna create that cool little thing. Is the best way I can describe it. If I do one like this, like that to fit this, bend that as well. Now I won't bend that. That'll be a little bit silly. Slightly bend that. Let's move that point over. Let's kind of add more to the detail of the walkable area. And that'll be pretty cool for this little section. I'm gonna add the commercial back in anyway. Boom, boom, boom. But it adds some more. It adds a little bit extra pizzazz in this little commercial district that we got set up. And it's really cool because you have the stadium on the kind of peninsula as we build this whole area up. There's still a lot more I gotta do to this, but this is our stadium. It's FoolTopia FC. It's pretty cool, isn't it? We're gonna leave it as it is. It is quite expensive to run and maintain, but hopefully that will bring a lot of tourists and give our residents something cool to do. Also, you can see the parking starting to fill up too as that happens. And I will get some more props in the future to kind of add this all in, but for now, looks pretty good. Anybody using the bridge? Anybody? Oh, where are you going? Oh no, you're just getting out. Fine, it's okay. It's okay. So let's take a look at our industrial area over here right now. So it's currently a 2-star because we have unlocked some new buildings that we can place down, and we wanted to make more money because it floats between making money and losing money depending on when it's sold a product. So, and this is also going to give us more jobs as well. So we could, I mean, what's our storage like? We do have quite a bit in storage. So I think it would be handy as well to expand some of the roads. Let's put the snapping back on. So let's kind of go straight there. We'll bring it straight there and cut it in. So these will go straight just there. And we'll bring that straight down as well. We can add a few more little buildings in and stuff like that. So let's continue that out by one. That out by one as well. Now, if I can get this by another 10 and then bend round. Another 10. And then right, hold on guys, hold on. Go like that. I'm not feeling this at all. Not feeling that at all, boys. So this can go, this, you know, this actually be like a more of a straight road. Whereas this, if I picked, for example, that road there, those boys can connect just like that. Simple, easy, magical. Okay, back to this then. Alright, so this was the main building. We've got the workers' barracks. Did I get a workers' barracks in? I feel like I didn't, did I? No. Right, let's squeeze a workers' barracks in just there. I don't know whether that was unlocked before, but it provides additional 35 workers to the area. So we've now got the small, let's pause it, the small tree saplings. We have the small tree plantations, so we go for the saplings next. And this is just a case of dropping down where it needs to be. So because this is on a bend as well, it's a little bit awkward to throw it all down. We have the sawmill, and now we have the biomass pellet, which can now turn it into paper as well. So a few extra buildings just there. Let's give them the water that they're needing. Bring that across too. I'll expand it both sides a little bit further. So we've got 2 sawmills down right now. And the biomass pellet thing, which is actually a larger building as well. Let's try and find something a little bit more suitable for this. Kind of do something up here. This is going to use more of the stuff that's currently in the storage. Which is going to be really handy. So let's get this dropped down now. And so I'll get 2 of them. I'll do 1 there. And 1 there. Have they got water? So the one of them has. There we go. So that will get the paper from the storage that is currently being saved up and stored into these 2 new buildings. Is there any other buildings that I unlocked? There's more version of storage yards. So we'll see how it goes with the extra 2. We are producing more wood as well, so we could potentially go on to sell that. But now we've almost, and I say almost, we've almost doubled the amount of workers that could be working there. Now, what does that say to our unemployment rates at the moment? 38% unemployed. Now, if you have a little fast forward session, it's now down to 37%. As those people now get those jobs, back up to 38%. So we do need to, back down to 37. So we are floating on that fine line. So we need to do a little bit better. But how are we doing over here? So we're losing 1,000, but stuff should be going into those plants very soon. And obviously because there's now more jobs available, you should see more people using the subway system and the buses. So goods are going in. We're keeping on the storage. We might have to build another one very soon. But that's now been slightly expanded. Let's go and add in a few more farms. Get those set up now. So we've got plenty of spaces for some new farms to be added in. Oh, there we go. I need other little spots that I haven't dropped them in yet. Nice little free there. So add a few extra farm sections in. That'd be good. It'd be fun to, oh, we got some exports going out there, but it'd be fun to see once we start turning this around a bit more, what happens. So we got 7 tons of each being produced, and we have 30, so basically 38 tons of wood is being produced of wood, and we transforming from 38, 14 tons, 7 in each of paper and planned timber. So we still got plenty in storage, but it becomes a very expensive operation when we go down that route. More people are actually working there too, so is our unemployment going down? It's still at 38%. We got to work on that, boys. We really do. Now, see the odd people walking to and from the general areas. We're yet to play a game in this section, in the stadium, but this is a very, very high tourist area. So let's take a look at any particular landmarks I could throw down, or kind of these types of buildings right now. We have the Bee and Bird Haven. That would be kind of cool. Should we get the City Arch in? Where would the City Arch go? I feel like the City Arch needs to be kind of on the entrance to Fulhatton. So like here. I feel that's the perfect spot for it as we kind of like enter the area. Don't you think that is the perfect spot for it as you enter, like, you know, the biggest or the first major downtowny area? I feel that's kind of what's needed. But I did want something over here anyway. So, I mean, I could do like this statue sharp in. Let's go for level 2 stuff. The Mall of Moderation could be good. Maybe putting it opposite there. We got the posh mall I can throw down. Let's go for the posh mall. Just on the reason that it's a little bit bigger. It starts slowly makes this area look a little bit more built up. And then what if we had a road that just completely cut through it? Oh, I need to upgrade that to this type of road. Yeah, bring that out a little bit further. And then we zoned it off with some commercial. Just up there. Oh, missing a spot just there. How did we miss a spot there, boys? No idea. So it slowly starts to build this area up even more. The one issue we're going to have is they're going to be using this as a cross-through road. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Because you handle it just fine. But we got to keep our eye out on that. That's what we're going to have to do, boys. We have to keep our little eyes out for that. So, services in these areas. So, healthcare. We have only one healthcare building, which is over there. So, we need another one over here. So, this is where we'll probably be ideal to drop in a hospital. So, a hospital maybe up here. It just comes down to where would be best. Yeah. Wait, what's actually here? Do we have any zoning here? We do have residential zoning slowly being built in. So I think it'd be ideal then to drop a hospital. And we'll actually put it there. There we go. Now we do we have any zoning on this? We do have a little bit. And I mean, it might be ideal to concrete that whole little section there off. I don't know if I should, but we'll see. But that's just for healthcare anyway. Policing, no, fire care, we have one there. It reaches fine. It's not too bad, but it's not perfect. Policing, we have one. Ooh, the Bedford Wondle area is upgraded to level 3. We've now got the printing press, the medium tree plantation, and the large log yard. Nice. Right, education. High school. We've only got one over here. We do need to up our high school situation. So it would be good to place one over on the Strawberry Coast as well. Just kind of make it a little bit more diverse. So why don't we place it... Right, what are the buildings over here we have? We have the elementary school there. We have the bus depot. So I think it'll be worthwhile to maybe squeeze it in just there next to the bus depot. Because the bus stop, the closest bus stop is just here. The subway line for it is just over there as well. Quite a few peeps are using that. So it's good walkable distance to get over there. And that really ups our demands for the education needs and levels. We've got some crime happening over here. So it'd probably be worth to build like a small police station. So, okay. Let's get the small police station next to the subway line. That'll be kind of handy as well. And let's take a look at this one. Because now this is updated to level 3. And we're making money. So 680. Doing pretty well. So we have produced some timber. Paper, sorry. But it doesn't seem to be shipped out yet. Is there any... What's going on over here? We have a lot of goods. We have a lot of goods stored. Okay. So, because that's now level 3 then, I've got unique warehouses, haven't I? I've got the furniture factory. It takes both of those goods that we're producing from here and can turn it into something special. And how big is the furniture factory? It is quite large, but it could potentially... Ooh, we got some water issues. Give us more money and provide extra work. But it does require a furniture factory, so I think it would be good to have it in this area. Because it's fairly close, and it's going to be very, very accessible in terms of public transport. So the furniture factory is being dropped down. It does have water. Right, so bring it out slightly there. doesn't have the goods just yet. So I'm thinking we also connect that road like that. Keep it simple. And I add more to this area as well. So woodland area here. So the... What's this one here? This is the biomass pellet plant. Drop one in just there. What's the sawmill place? Get one in just there and there again. Right, let's try and get another one of these in. Alright, slowly starting to build it up right now. Let's move this a little bit closer over. Just there we go. And then we'll get some more storage in right now. So we can go for bigger storage. Large log yard. How big's that? That's very big. Okay, what the capacity of that is? 400,000. That's 300. So a 400,000 capacity. Just throw that in just there. Nice, nice, nice. That's pretty cool. So some more big boy buildings being thrown down now. And I feel like we need... So they're basically producing furniture. Now if I was to build like a warehouse... And the warehouse could be good for storing certain products in. So if I made this road go straight down there and connect. So we create this whole little section now. It's going to be based on this whole wood plant. I need a warehouse. I need some warehouses that can store the goods. So I think it'd be beneficial if I brought this up by 1. Brought this up by 1 there. I mean, probably not. It's like it's like this is all natural and square, and then we have this like 2-lane highway cutting through the whole thing. I mean, that's how it would go. But is that the way I want it? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. If I want it like this, or we'll do something that kind of fits, because that's like a little bay area there, isn't it? Like a little den. So if this kind of... So let me kind of make it up, the roads. Right, hold on. Yeah, I'm not feeling this now. Let's go back on each one. Kind of not feeling it. But let's keep that there and say that this came up by 1. And let's say they go... Let's have it what we originally just had. But only on this side. Like that. And we brought that by 1 more again. Have one in the middle, maybe go up by 2. Yeah, we won't make that one go up by 1. No, we'll keep it like that. And oh, let's see what the warehouses are like. So I could go for the warehouse yard. I could go for some smaller warehouses which will fit in beautifully. I could go for some medium ones that will fit in good too. The big boy ones, probably too big. How much are these anyway? 16,000. So if I went with 1 there, 1 there. Delete the road and pull it back down up to the point where it ends. That fits in quite reasonably. Right. And I do the same on this side. There we go. Right, let me do them both again. So if I come out to there, that's better. So we create this small little factory section now, which is pretty dope actually. I kind of like it. And we'll now choose what products, so keep it balanced. So we'll have paper in this one. We'll have planed timber in that one. Now, can anything else go into it? We could have like unique factory item, metals, glass. No, we're not really creating any of that, animal products, none of that just yet. But we could have forestry products in the other ones. And that will be the overspill from the storage that we have over here that will go into these buildings. So let's first then set up the water issues that we're going to be having. The electricity issues we're now going to have. There we go. So that'll kind of get that up and running there. So that's going to be this small overspill area for the factories and stuff like that. So I'm interested to see how that handles it all now. We're still not turning any profit, but I suppose you just have to give it some time. Give it some time. What's the unemployment rate like now? It's gone down 35%, which is good. Liking it. Starting to like it a little bit more. I can't really do much over there. So when do we unlock the next area? At 22,000 population. Right. Let's see what we can do then. We got a little bit... Oh, wait. What's the death care like? So we have a crematorium just over there. One over there. We got it all handled the needs just fine. Is it I just can't get anything over? So if I squeezed in that spot there, a crematorium. Hopefully that should solve things. Congratulations! Our Bedford woodland area has now reached level 4. So we've got bigger versions of the plants right now, which will be even handier to up our production. So let's take a look at that quickly. Let's go back then. So we have then the wood plant here. So this is for the planned timber. And what's this one again? Biomass pellet. And that will be then the last one for the paper. So what does that do compared to this one? 3,200. This one's... Okay, this is pretty much double. It's like having 2 of the other ones, isn't it? So let's get you squeezed in just there. We'll just drop in 1 for now. Nice. And yeah, we'll see how things go. So it does cost quite a bit then. And we are actually now importing quite a bit too. So this is where we need to start. This is probably what the issue is. We need to build a few more extra tree slapping fields. So do 1 there and there. Let me get some more medium ones. Again, some larger versions just here. The slope's getting too steep on that point over there. But these need a little bit of water. Hopefully that handles it just fine. So we've got to find ways to improve this method. So I'm actually going to delete these. Because I want to try... We've got to try and maximize... Well, not maximize, but... Be a little bit more efficient is probably the correct way to put it. Right, if we go to there, bring that up by 15. Yeah, we'll keep it like that because that's like its own little junction, so keep the traffic off it as much as possible. So those big boys then. One just there. Squeezing one there. A couple of these just here. Which will go down a treat. So I can trim off a bit of this road now on both sides. Like that. Well, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Right, so we'll create a dirt walkway. Instead of the snapping grid. Go into there. Straight down. Like that. Just to connect that little section there up, should be pretty cool. And now with the extra production levels that we should then have, it should be all good. I feel like we need more workers. We might need to build like another workers hut. Or workers barracks, whatever it's called. The only issue is they're quite big, aren't they? They are quite big buildings. So if I got rid of that connection there, drop one just there, and then if I did a dirt path going straight down, and let's say I did one also going straight down to there, that connects up all these little areas, which is pretty cool. Right, we see how this rock and rolls right now. This is so big. It can now have over 1,000 workers. So if this doesn't start turning a profit, I don't know what will. And what's being stored over here too. So the paper's going in, the planned timber's going in. Plain timber, not planned. Some forest products going in too. So it's down being used. We need the export area, but I need more space to be able to build it and get it all set up. But it will be pretty cool, won't it? That will be pretty cool. So let's see what I can do over here then. So actually, I'm going to leave that as it is. Now if I create a connection junction just here, and let's say we brought this up by 1, and I wanted to connect it, let's brought this by 15, connect it up here somehow. So if I did that, and brought that out. Actually, wait, pause, let me get rid of this. So I'm going to try and keep it away from there as much as possible. Alright, hold on guys. Hold on. That feels a little bit better. It's a little bit further away from it. But it'll be interesting to see how it uses... Get rid of all this. How do you... We can actually change this whole connection here too. So I paused this, deleted this quickly. We could technically bring this out by there. Right, bear with me guys. I mean, is that being stupid now, creating that as a loop? I feel like it slightly could be. But then at the same time, this can go back into its the grid format that it could have always been. And then it just pumps itself up out of here. Right, okay. Right. Okay, we've got something cool coming now. I can feel it. So that goes into there, plays into there, which pretty much takes in 2 lanes and 2 ways in which you want to go. We'll delete this up to here, where we could have this. Right, I'm trying to get it to go in its straight line. Boom. I'm going to make a few enemies doing this, but it's got to be done. Right, that curves around. So that creates all that little sweet little curve. So I'm just going to slightly move some of the path. Oh, we keep that little there because it's all, it's a good little walkway. It's pretty solid. Right, let's go back to then zoning. So we have took quite a chunk out of this whole little section. So we can now zone all of this area. Right. Okay, let's put that into play mode. It's not all gonna. Oh, I might say it's not all gonna have water. It kind of does. Bring that over there. So that kind of build this area. Then the more I look at all this nice little orderly fashion section that we have, I don't like this little bit. So if I was to delete the paths just for a second, guys. Delete the road. And it is quite a big road, like gap in the middle. And if I brought this down, it could satisfy another road in a way. That's ugly. So what if I brought... Nah, I'm trying to find the way in which I cut it in. Oh man. I didn't realize this was going to be so tough. Well, if I did that... Okay, I get the idea I'm going with now. Wow. Well, that turns to there, so we get that middle part, and it makes this nice and wide and open. Right, you see what we're doing with this? I got this kind of ish, a little bit. But I'm trying to maximize a little bit more of the space. Right, yeah, I destroyed quite a bit there, but let's fast forward that to kind of get it all building back up again. It means like I could slightly place in a larger object in the middle. And see how that went. Traffic's coming down to here then. So it splits into its many different ways. So it creates 2 funnel lanes. Which I feel like that might be a little bit better. I mean, I don't think I'll ever go as far as turn that into like a 2-lane highway. But it separates the traffic. Because they might cut down here if they want to be the shortcut to go through. And then cut down this way if they're wanting to go to the shopping area. And again, we're slightly making the road a little bit longer, so they might either use public transport or choose to go somewhere else, who knows. But we've got to keep our eye on what's actually going down over here. Because you build it up too much, create too much traffic, then it's going to be quite a pain for us. So we're still losing money over here. We definitely 100% need the export area, because these are going to start building up right now, and we need to export them, boys. I mean, I could balance it and I can then empty it and export it. Like I could dump it all out in one big go. Is our furniture factory making money? So this is making money, and this is where it's mainly getting some of the product from. Well, it is getting all the product from there. So that's good. At least we're making money off the furniture factory though, so that's kind of cool. Right. One last thing I want to look at then is the entry point to this area, which we'll probably look at next episode. Oh, there's a vehicle using it. Sweet, mate. Any more coming? So what I've done anyway is I raised this, made it high, so I can then start doing the roads all underneath. But I just needed a good access. Oh, there's a couple more vehicles there using it. Yay. So yeah, I wanted to create an access point. And I didn't really mention this or kind of talk about it in the last episode when we did build it. But there's a reason why it goes from a 3-lane into a 2-lane. And that's because it's going to allow us to get a little slip road here to bring it kind of out. Oh, another vehicle just there, guys. So go by 7 there. 7 there. That then allows us to bring it down either side. Alright, let me make sure we get this right. It's going to be right-ish, isn't it? And then what we'll do is we'll have the same type of lane that kind of crosses over going under. And I'm just going to pick the perfect area for it. So if I brought this down by 20. And then what's occupying it? It is the pillar just there. So if you do the anarchy just to kind of go cut through it. And we'll just go across by 30 that way. Go up that way. Turn the anarchy off. So, do you know what? Actually, I like the idea of that still being in the middle. But the pillar is in the central lane. That's actually really cool. So let's get rid of this then. Now, I'll tell you exactly what's happening right now and how this is going to work. So, Colossal City now created. We get the cargo hub, which I don't actually know if we got trains in this area. We've got the floating calf nuclear plant, new area to buy in the thermal conversion plant 2. Well, I'll get to that in just a second. But I'll explain what's going on right now then. So this is the entry point. It goes straight down. And that is going off by a turn. So I'm going to have to slightly sort that out. But if I pick... so how it comes off there is really important. Alright, so to get to... Alright, I'm trying to count. There we go. I mean, it's a little bit more even, but it's not exactly how I want it. Nah, that's completely off. It's because of the angle. Because again, it is at an angle, and that's the difficult part about this. So if I upgrade this road quickly, and then that's a 10, but that would be way too close, right? I mean, technically that is then narrower. And then I feel like that could be the way it's going to work. Like that. Unfortunately, that's probably going to be the way it works. I mean, I could move all this slightly over to make it feel a little bit more centralized. And then turn that a little bit more. There's quite a few vehicles coming down the highway right now. I'm really impressed about it. But yeah, that'll be the entry point to this area. But you then, again, you've got to think of the other ways in which it would exit and leave. So, think of this area. You come. I mean, the only way to get into it at the moment is by coming down this road. And then you can enter, crisscross both sides. And then you have to leave by exiting and going on your way. So there's no way to kind of go this way or enter this way, so we have to create an off junction on these sides too. Now this is the difficult part. So if I picked like this as an example, and again this is the difficult part because it's quite high, and then it's all about trying to get it to then eventually meet up to this. Now I feel like this side is probably going to be the easiest. Do you know what? That actually works fairly well. It's just sorting up the ramp situation. So let's flip it round. So you can exit and enter from both sides right now. Creates a really cool little junction. But this is diabolical. So if I could take the longer approach on this, and does that, if I select that there, bring that up, looks somewhat okay. Bring that up slightly too. Yeah, they feel a bit more natural when they go down. Obviously, they're not going to be perfect or similar both sides because they enter and curve at a different rate. But that creates the crossover point right there, which I'm really happy about. But I can't make... It's not going to be the most dominant entry point. We'll have like more perfect roundabout scenarios further up and down. But it's a good start. It's definitely a good start for where we're going to be heading in this area. So if I brought, or continue to bring this down, let's say about there, and brought this up a little bit further too, you know, you kind of get the idea of the cut through and create those beautiful little suburbs. So, I mean, I don't know how familiar you guys are would be with this, but think of San Francisco, and think of where the Golden Gate Park is, and you know the big residential side on the left side of the peninsula by the beach, if that makes sense. And how it's all grid, like very, you know, orderly grid fashion. It's like perfect. That's almost what it's going to be like here with residential stuff. To kind of complement this area. But we'll see how it goes. Right, I'm just kind of looking around, glancing around. What's the unemployment levels like now? Down to 30%, which is good. Happy about that. So we took some chunks off there. Considering that we've also grown the population. Education levels. Only 32% uneducated, 48% educated, 20% well educated. So that's slowly starting to change over time. Elementary, we probably need some more elementary schools in. I feel like we got a good amount. We have had that small population boost coming in. And they will move on. It's just the high school. I feel like we need another high school maybe up here to satisfy the Walnut Hills area. It's just, where do I squeeze one in? So let's drop it on the end. Right, I'm going to drop it on the end here. You got a walkable distance just there and all that kind of good stuff to satisfy those guys. Things seem to be going pretty well. Might see a lot of traffic come now for this roundabout, which is when you have to add stuff to it and do stuff to it, 2 lanes and kind of all that jazz. But we'll keep an eye on it for the most part. It's not a huge issue just yet. We have some traffic issues over here, going back and forth. So it might be a case that is this the 2-laner? We upgrade that to the 2-lane road. Get them moving a little bit quicker. And they are seeming to... Are they stopping on some of these little sections? I mean, I haven't added anything to the roundabout, so this is like the roundabout in its natural form. But we're going to give it some chance. But I feel like we need a cut-through road in its own right down to this island. To get those guys out of there. I mean, would we create a bridge going through to cut the areas up? I don't feel like we should. But this dominant shopping area needs some better connections in some way, shape or form. We do need some better connections on this. So we'll brainstorm it, guys. You got any suggestions of what I could do to capitalize on this commercial area, giving it better connections? Let me know. Traffic should clear eventually. When the big bulk of it has moved, it should flow a little bit smoother and faster and cleaner. But it will go. I don't want to mess around with it just yet. I mean, you know, as much as I do need to update and sort something out, I don't want to mess around with it just yet. I just want to see. I want it to simulate for another good 10 minutes, and I'll do that off camera, just so you can see where the most dominant piece of traffic are. So we're now turning a profit, total profit 3,600, which is pretty solid. Again, once we get the export area, then beautiful, because you don't have enough buyers for the products right now. I could up this to 150% production rate to use more goods. These have been stored quite high, so when we do eventually export, we're going to get a ton of money coming through. So that's the roundabout right now. We definitely need to sort this roundabout out though, guys, because look at the traffic. It is now building up. So I might just create this as a completely cut through like roundabout, and then do something somewhere where it connects. Might even create a connection just here for this area, but we'll see how things go. We'll see how things go, boys, before we make that move. So I'm going to leave the traffic for here now, guys, then, because we got to think of better ways. It's not just simply just solving the roundabout, because we do have a lot of traffic coming through. I just don't want a lot of traffic coming in. I got to think of a better way to get into this area. Now, I could treat this road here as a tunnel going through, connected directly into this section. But we will see. We will see, guys. Anyway, hope you did enjoy this episode, guys. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, good.